Core and Mobility with me, Coach Becca Kawoka. Hey guys, Coach Becca here, and welcome to my full 15-minute core and mobility workout. No equipment needed today, so let's get going. Hop down onto all fours, and we're going to begin with one of my favorite moves, cat-cow breathing. On all fours, take a deep breath in through your nose, rounding out the back towards the sky, and as you exhale, lift the chin and round the spine out in the opposite direction, sinking the spine down towards the floor, rotating the pelvis. Again, tipping up like you're filling your pelvis up with water. And then with strong arms, dig your wrists into the ground with straight arms and tilt the pelvis the opposite way. You'll notice here I just bent at the ankles or flexed my ankles. So I'm giving the next few cat-cow breaths the same spinal movement with flexed ankles. Try to make that spine as bendy or as flexible as possible as you flex and extend, rotating that pelvis with strong and quiet arms. Well done. Right, from here, we're just going to straighten out the legs and pedal out the feet in downward facing dog. Find a position that's comfortable for you in down dog so that you get a nice stretch through the backs of the arms and the lats, the lower back, and the hamstrings, while alternating pressing one heel down towards the floor and then the other. Stretch out the toes, stretch out the calves, make the body feel good here. Okay, go ahead and drop it down to a straight arm plank. Level 1, you can do it kneeling as demonstrated there. And all we're going to do is slowly rotate towards the sky with our eyes on the ground. There you go. Now you can also bring it down. Level 1, totally fine. Just do that on the knees. Let's do a total of 10 more. Here we go. Nice smooth breathing here as we get some rotation in. Great for the spine, great for the core. Take your time. Take a deep breath in and out. Again, the purpose of today is not only core, but also mobility. So speaking of mobility, slide the right knee through towards the arms, straightening out the left leg behind you. Let's take a nice deep breath here and a hip stretch. It's okay if you can't get that front foot, that right foot as rotated forward as mine. Find a stretch that works for you. If you are feeling more flexible today, go ahead and drop into this progression. No pressure to do that though. All we want is a good hip stretch. So you can also stay in the upright position there. All right, let's switch it to the left leg now. So pull the left knee forward, straightening the right leg back. Open up the chest, pull the shoulders down. And again, we just want a good hip stretch. So if you're not quite to this position, find a hip stretch that works for you. You can also do this standing in the same position. Just prop up that bent leg on a chair or couch. Here's our progressed version, down on the elbows. Excellent job. Let's curl those toes underneath and bring it back up into plank on the hands. Level 1, you'll be here, and all you're going to do is lift the left arm and the right arm. Okay, I'll show you level 2 now. Level 2, you'll be on the toes, and you're just going to lift one arm at a time, and then you'll lift one leg at a time. And I got one more for you. Level 3, you're going to lift the left arm and the right leg, and then the right arm and left leg, so you're bouncing across the body, okay? Let's give this a go now, guys. I want you to do 10 total reps, so jump in here with me. Here's number 2, and we're gonna inhale and exhale with every repetition. Again, our goal is to increase core stability on this one. So again, opening up the body across the body. So again, left arm to right leg. Or in the first versions, level 1 and 2, just working one joint at a time. You're still getting some good mobility in there by the lifting of the arms and legs, whether it's simultaneously or individually. Great job, guys. Go ahead and straighten the arms out. Sit back on the heels and stretch those lats and lower back muscles out in child's pose. If you want to highlight one side, I invite you to reach your arms to the right and kick your hip to the left, and vice versa. Bring the arms to the left and push the hip to the right. Take some deep breaths here. Excellent job. All right, we're going to sit back on our butt, knees at 90 degrees, and we're going to press one arm up towards the sky and then switch sides. This is great for hip extension and spinal mobility, a little shoulder mobility as well. I'm going to show you this from all angles, but I invite you just to jump in here. All you're doing is, with knees bent, pressing your hips up and reaching. That's it. Press straight up. Again, that arm goes straight up towards the sky, and just by the nature of your setup, you're going to rotate through the spine. You'll get a nice hip stretch or hip extension. There, you're going to get a nice stretch through the shoulders and spine, like I mentioned. And this is a really great, energizing, functional movement. Great job on those tripods. This next one's one of my favorites. Bring it down into a forward bend. Deep breath. Okay, bring the hands behind you, and now we're going to extend, and we're going to point the toes, drive the hips. Beautiful. So we're going to flex forward at the hips, take a deep breath, and then we're going to extend in the complete opposite direction. We're going to drive the hips, open the chest, stretch the shoulders, squeeze the core and glutes. And so it's just 5 rounds of a forward bend into an extension. This one I call a lot of different names, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a name stickler. All we're doing is stretching out the hamstrings and lower back and forward bend. And then we're going to squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core, stretch the shoulders, stretch at the ankles. This one just really energizes the body, in my opinion. I always feel energized after doing this. It always seems to stretch the areas I'm extremely sore in as well. Fingertips back. This is a session I'm filming on a Monday morning. Typically, I really work very hard over the weekend, so this one just hits all those sore spots from all my weekend training. And it's just great to do early in the morning, or first thing in the morning, I should say. All right, we're going to work the core pretty hard here. We're going to do 6 rounds of 10-second holds. So all we're going to do is lift the toes and curl the shoulder blades off the floor and hold it here for 10 seconds. So you're making a V position, the key being to lift your shoulders off the ground. Take a rest, take 1 to 2 deep breaths. So we're doing 10 seconds holding, 10 seconds resting. Here we go, round 2. 10-second hold, point the toes, curl the shoulders without stressing the neck, if you will, and relax. So you kind of just want to make a neutral place to look. Sometimes I like to look just at my tiptoes here. Again, roll the shoulders up, roll the feet up, hold that V-sit position. Relax the fingertips, find a neutral place to look so that all that pressure, good, and relax, all that pressure goes directly to your core muscles. Again, up an isometric hold, pull the belly button in, point the toes, reach the arms up, and relax. You should be feeling some shakes going on through the core now. 2 more, that's my signal to you, 2 more, here we go. Deep breath, lift up, and let's push now. Here's where we're probably gonna have to dig deep. Squeeze tight, find that sweet spot where you're working those deep core muscles. Relax. All right, we're gonna do 1 more, guys. Now let's push here, deep breath in, lift it up, and hold, hold, hold. You can do it. Push that core now. I know you can. Dig deep. Relax. You did it. Nice job. And we're gonna just unkink those muscles with an upward facing dog. Again, if you can't do it with the arms extended, feel free to go down to the elbows. That's just fine. I believe they call that Cobra, but again, I'm not a name stickler. And let's just get some neck mobility going in. Look left and right. Let's just sweep that neck around and down. Just finding those spaces in the neck, working that neck mobility. If there's tension, find it and gently ease those tension spots out just with some light movement. Up, down, around, back, side to side, while stretching out the hips and core muscles that we just worked so hard. Bird dog comes next. So on all fours, extend the right leg back and the left arm out. Bring the left elbow to the right knee and extend again. Here we go. Elbow to knee. The non-moving arm and knee is directly under the shoulder and hip. Okay, this is a nice rotary core or cross-body core exercise. I like this one because it works on some coordination, it works hip extension and flexion, gets the shoulders going, and it connects the opposite shoulder to the opposite knee, foot, ankle, which is really important for a lot of sports. Let's switch sides here. So now the left leg goes back, the right arm goes out, and we're just going to cross at the midsection, right where the belly button is. We're going to squeeze. We're going to inhale and exhale with our movement, working that core in a really functional kind of cross diagonal fashion here. Specifically, if you're a triathlete like me or a swimmer, this one can be really helpful. Our head coach really enjoys when I get the athletes to do opposite arm to hip, knee, or ankle type movements. And this is one that I have my athletes do frequently. And you can translate that into other activities of daily life and sports as well. All right, on all fours, we're going right into hip cars now. So you've probably done these with me before, so I'll talk you through it here. This is halfway point. You're going to extend at the hip, rotate around and down. Starting back here with number 2, I'll show you from a few different angles. Flex at the knee, rotate out, and pull down. Push back, rotate around, and down. So essentially, we're flexing and extending at the hip as well as rotating. So you'll flex, pull the knee in, rotate out, extend back, rotate in and down, push back, around, pull in and down. You want to go slow. Again, CAR stands for controlled articular rotation, so you don't want to do this fast. And you want to find all those points that the hip can rotate, flex, and extend at. There's a few more angles, so I'm going to move you over to the left side now. So switch knees here. Extend, rotate, flex, and then again, flex at the hip, rotate out, extend, and down. So again, you're kind of searching for any spots where you don't have a ton of movement, or maybe where there's a little bit of tightness or there's a little bit of hitch. Where is that movement? Maybe make that connection as to why there's a tightness there, and can we unkink some of those knots just with mobilizing that hip joint with controlled, intentional, rotation-based movements like this. Really nice job on those kneeling hip cars. All right, let's work the core with another tough one. Level 1, I'll show you that first. You're going to bend at your knee, and you're just going to raise the top leg up. So notice that my knee, hip, and shoulder are all in line with each other. Level 2, I got my legs straight, and I'm going to lift up here. Now my foot, knee, hip, shoulder are all in line, and we're doing 10 from here. So that's 2, that one's 3. So by doing the side plank with the leg raise, we're working a lot of lateral movements in the hip and glutes, but we're also training core stability and core strength, definitely working the obliques, definitely more challenging than a regular side plank or even a regular plank. So we're just going to do 10 and then switch sides. Again, I'll show you that kneeling version first. So you're going to bend your bottom knee, make sure everything's in line, and just pop that top leg up and down. Okay, level 2, here we go. Again, strengthening glutes, core, obliques, maybe even a little bit in the shoulders there on that planted arm. It's normal for one side to feel stronger than another, my left side in particular. You can even look at, as a cyclist, my cycling power on my left side. I've had some issues there in the past, so I'm working to get the left side stronger, but I do struggle with these on my left side. And you might feel that way in other movements or on other sides, but it's normal, and we want to train out of those imbalances. All right, swimmers, on your tummy with your eyes on the ground. You can watch me do one if you need to. Interlock the fingers. Squeeze the butt and core, squeeze the shoulders and elbows, straighten out the arms, flexing the triceps as you slowly rotate your hands overhead. Keeping the core taut, slowly rotate the hands back and around, squeeze the shoulder blades, bend the elbows, keeping the shoulders flexed, and relax. Let's do 2 more. Take a deep breath, those are tiring. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your core, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your elbows, straighten the arms out, flexing those triceps. Slowly rotate the arms overhead with a strong core, squeeze glutes. Slowly rotate the palms back, around, flex at the elbows, keeping tension in those sweet spots of the shoulders, glutes, and core, and relax. Deep breath. Let's do 1 more. Engage the core and glutes, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the elbows off the ground, flex those triceps or straighten the arms, rotate the palms overhead, reaching overhead. Pull those knuckles back up towards the sky, lifting as you rotate the hands back, bend at the elbows, flexing, and relax. Great mobility exercise there. We're going to finish with just 2 stretches. I'm going to put my hands up on this bench. You could also use a wall if you'd like. You don't have to use anything. You can just do this kneeling without anything if you'd like. Go ahead and place one foot, this is my right foot in front here, glue that right heel into the ground and push the knee forward towards the toes or even past the toes as you stretch out the ankle, specifically the Achilles, but the key there is to keep that ankle glued down. You might get a bonus little stretch in the hip on the other side. 30 seconds is what we're looking for. Let's switch sides here. Again, you're flexing at the ankle, which means it's bent, and you're nailing that heel into the ground, pressing from the hip joint, pushing that knee forward until you can feel that Achilles, calf, ankle area stretching out. Taking big, deep breaths. Go ahead and stand up, and we're going to finish here with a forward bend, stretching out the lower back and the hamstrings. Little mini inverted pose here. It's kind of fun to end with that. Let the blood flow come back to the head. If you want to give those legs a hug, wrap the arms around the knees if you can. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a pat on the back for doing something for your body and mind today. These can be pretty meditative if you want to go that route. Just want to say thanks for joining me, guys. Great job. I'll see you again next week for a new session. Don't forget to subscribe so you stay up to date on all my workouts. Cheers and have a great Monday, guys. See you soon.